starting off on freshly shampooed hair. Right now, I'm detangling to make sure that I get all of the tangles out and to make sure that when I get ready to blow dry, I have a smooth canvas to dry my client's hair. So next, I'm adding a few products to make sure that I have a sleek and shine finish when I do finish blow drying, not only for my finishing flat iron style, but for my blow dry as well. And I'm also adding a heat protectant, and then I'm just continuing to comb through my client's hair to make sure that I have even distribution. So now I'm just clipping her hair up to make sure I have a little bit of control, and I'm using my blow dryer now to comb through, and I have my comb attachment, which helps me straighten the hair out as well before I flat iron. And I take slow, steady movements so that way I can make sure that the client's hair is thoroughly dry and not just dry in certain spots. So now I'm just looking at my finishing product as blow drying to make sure it's straight. Excuse me. So once I finish blow drying, I now go in and flat iron. I'm using my iron flat iron, keratin treatment flat iron. I do not use the keratin products on my client's hair, but I just feel like this plate and this brand gets the hair straight like I need it for what I'm going for. So I just take my sections, and I take my sections, which are basically the length and the width of the plate that I'm using, and that's how I determine how I flat iron my client's hair. And I do use a high setting on heat to make sure that I ensure that my client's hair is getting as straight as possible, but I do manage my strokes, and I only make sure that I go through my top because it is closer to the head. I make sure I go through those a couple times, and then I do the mid shaft and the ends maybe once or twice through passing, but I do not continuously put heat throughout the hair. So then I go into some of my sections to make sure that, because I did split it in certain spots, that I want to get those roots flat and straightened as well. And then I do use another spray, which now helps to prevent humidity, the effects of humidity. So then I'm just going through now and just kind of bumping it to give it a finished look before I finish. And now I'm just ensuring that all my tangles and things are gone, and that my blow dry is still intact. And I spray a little bit of a shine spray, so that way when I do flat iron her hair will be infused with those oils, and it'll give it a natural luster or shine. So I continue to use those same strokes, 2 or 3 strokes at the root and about 1 or 2 strokes at the mid shaft, to ensure that I get the best straightening out of that tool. But like I said, I do use an iron keratin treatment flat iron, but that's a personal choice for me. And now I'm just going into the front of my client's hairline to ensure that I got the front area as flat as possible. She is Texlaxed, which means she has a relaxer, but she also has texture as well. We did not relax her hair to get rid of all of her texture, but just to make sure that we had enough to maintain it, that she could maintain it without pulling her hair out and things like that. So next I'm doing the edges to make sure that we ensure that they are flat, that they have not been curled up, and to make sure that we give a nice finishing look to my client. And I do add a little bit more of the shine spray to give it a finish shine. And then I'm going to go in and bump a few pieces at the end to make sure she leaves with a slight bump at the ends. Not too much or too heavy, We just want a nice little bump at the ends. And we continue and then bump to the other side. And this is a finished product. So even though I did add shine spray, I also added a nice holding spray as well to absorb some of those oils. And this is the finished product. We have a nice sleek finish, not too heavy, but it's enough to maintain. Some of us go for the silk press, which is all good, but some of us like to just do a flat iron service as well. So even with the flat iron service, you still can get the sleekness and everything you need without having to sit your client underneath the dryer. And again, that's just a slow motion view of the finished style. So thank you for watching. See you later.